You thought I was dead, but you're wrong. After falling off the radar for a while, after the end of Security Breach, I finally found something else to play. Now, this game, I've played this a while in the past. It's been a while since I've actually played it though. It's Kingdom Rush, and it's a tower defense game. I don't like a lot of tower defense games, but this game's actually like really good. And I'm gonna try and make this into like an actual series. We're not doing anything crazy like we did with Security Breach. We're just gonna jump in, see what we're gonna do. I made a slot here, but I haven't done anything yet. So yeah, can't really do anything yet. Here's not really a thing. Can't upgrade until you beat a level. I haven't gotten any achievement yet. I guess my eventual goal is to probably get all of these. And we will be playing on the hardest difficulty, which is Veteran. So, and I've never done like a whole Veteran playthrough before, but that's what we're going to do this time. So, with that being said, going into the first level, Southport. Now, there's nothing hard about this level. It's an introduction to the game. You build towers with gold, and you start with gold. You can get gold by calling a wave, and you get gold by killing enemies. And if an enemy gets through this blue thing, you lose a life, and if you lose all of them, then you lose level. Each tower kind of serves its own little niche. It's always trippy starting a new game and seeing that mage is 100 instead of 90, because that's an upgrade that you get that decreases its price. Every tower kind of serves its own purpose. When I first played this game, like a long time ago, I was playing on the Flash version back then. I never wanted to use the Archer towers, and I mostly just used these two, and kind of made it harder for myself in the process. Little did I know, I was basically creating my own challenge run. Either way, here we are. Oh, also important, you can explode the sheep in this. Oh no, they don't leave bloodstains on the ground anymore. That's not a welcome change, in my opinion. You can still start and stop the windmills. Alright, it is building time. Gonna do some of that. Alright, so goblins, they're like the joke enemy of this game, except not really, because usually they come in like huge crowds and you pretty much need the artillery tower to kill them. Yeah, 24 health, die in 2 hits to mage tower. First blood achievement, pretty nice. We're just gonna let the towers deal with them. Goblins aren't usually too much of a threat. Still can't believe that the sheep don't leave stains behind anymore. That's like the worst change they've ever. Alright, so now we get the reinforcement ability. So, watch that. Whoa, I know. It's reinforcing time, and then they reinforced all over the place. Alright, so here's the point where orcs come into play. And basically, an orc is like, kind of like the goblins, except they have like 3 times as much health. And they also have armor. And they, this means it's like certain attacks do less damage to them. But this magic tower is just gonna like rip through them. There you go. It's gonna tell us a tip. So yeah, they resist damage from these guys. Artillery isn't as affected by armor as archers are. But yeah, that's. So it's all going pretty good so far. We've successfully genocided all the sheep away. Yes, you can in fact move your soldiers.
For honor and glory. Have at thee.
In fact, it's an achievement, we just have to do this like 100 times or whatever. We should probably do that. But yeah, these guys, they block the path for you. Isn't that fun? Even if their names got Borin, Robert, Arthur. I love how they name them. It's the little details in this game. This game is full of little details. Alright, now watch this. We're gonna get the rain of fire. Ooh. We're gonna blast our enemies with fire from the skies. Yeah. Yeah, rain of fire's kind of pathetic at the beginning of the game.
Freedom!
But here we go. We've successfully completed the first level of the game. Flawlessly, I might add. It's upgrading time. I love the little guy showing up to chop a tree right there. Again, so many little details in this game, I swear. Okay. Now, if I was one to be upgrading, what would I do? I think a good bet is this, because it puts us on the path to getting the Scorched Earth for the meteors. And on this, for stronger barracks, because stronger barracks are pretty good. Now we have 2 achievements in our deck. And yeah, I got these guys. I would always do this in my spare time, just like keep clicking through the enemy section of here. Alright. There, come on, can you explode these sheep? No, you cannot. Sad. Okay. The outskirts, which I believe used to be called the farmlands. There we go. And this introduces the almighty level 2 tower.
Want some? Get some! Have at thee! Charge!
So yeah, this introduces being strategic with where you place stuff. And I feel like I was pretty strategic right there. Yeah, strategy basics. Barracks are good for blocking the enemy, but lack in attack power. Make sure you have enough firepower to support them. Indeed, barracks have a garbage attack power of 1 to 3. That's actually a bit worse than your typical goblin foe. Alright guys, got the achievement for sheep genocide. Always nice. Remember kids, sheep are not people. And you can have like 4 of these guys on screen at once. Since this section gets a bit crowded, we might just throw some rain of fires down. Which in fact is exactly what I'm going to do, and I missed half of it because why not? Right, now the wolves are going to be a little tricky, so... Oh, here we come. So basically wolves are just like really fast and they like die easily though. They're kind of this interesting thing because they're I'm trying to... Their main counter is basically to put stuff in front of them, but they also can like dodge melee attacks, so complicates things. I don't think I'm ever gonna get this thing upgraded, so I'm gonna go with Plan B, the mage plan. Nice, you missed all the orcs. Always a treat to do something like that. Uh-oh, they're coming. You know, I dream of one day maybe being able to upgrade this. Oh, no, I will not settle for anything less than flawless completion. I mean, this is a situation tailor-made for Rain of Fire right here. There we go. A bit more stressful than I was hoping for, but at the end of the day, we still succeeded. The nice little ding-ding-dings of 3-starring a level. So, certainly wanted this. And we want this to make our way to this, probably. And then, might as well go for this 3rd level. Things can't be too bad, right? Okay, so this level introduces the concept of like enemies coming from multiple different directions. And spoiler alert, they're going to, in this level, they are going to introduce shamans who are honestly, like, really, really annoying, very annoying enemies.
Archers ready? Bullseye! Dodge this!
But I think we'll do okay. Just need to be more strategic about everything we do. Strategy is the name of the game. I mean, the name of the game is, in fact, Kingdom Rush. But as a genre, it basically is a strategy tower defense game, or a tower defense strategy game, or however you want to put it, maybe just one or the other. Either way, it's a game where strategy really is of the utmost importance. I feel like I didn't used to do this. Alright, so here's a big brain situation right here. We're gonna use both of our spells in conjunction with... Oh, how'd these little guys slip through? Most unfortunate.
Fully loaded. Freedom.
Unpleasant, one might even say. Indeed, the gameplay it's heating up, you know? I mean, what is a game where the gameplay does not heat up? That's no fun at all. Alright, so we are continuing pretty solidly throughout the goblin spam wave. And since after this it's basically just another goblin spam wave, we can just call that wave early. I don't feel too bad about it. Just make sure that the goblin spam doesn't start making its way through things. It's the last thing you need. The thing that's worse than goblin spam is effective goblin spam. Because goblin spam shouldn't be effective, but somehow it tends to be in certain situations. And this is where my nemesis gets introduced. And one thing I love about the level design is the way that they just the name of something pops up ominously before you actually encounter said enemy.
Freedom.
And here he is. It's everyone's favorite, the shaman. Now, the shaman, in addition to being able to heal other people for quite the substantial amount, is in fact also capable of resisting magic attacks, and he does not just mildly resist these magic attacks. Oh no. This guy actually has quite tough magic resistance, which always makes it a bit of a predicament whenever attempting to withstand a shaman. The good news is that now they're just surrounded by goblins, and goblins are so weak that the shaman's healing doesn't really matter. Plus, artillery's alright at killing shamans. Maybe not exactly what one would ideally use, but still pretty good. And ogres aren't even gonna come out yet, so... As far as I'm concerned, we're doing just fine. And now we finally get to make a level 2 mage. And this is the guy who actually kills orcs at a decent rate. I feel like it'd probably be wise to upgrade this first. Alright, looks like we've created a pretty effective strategy for ourselves in this level. I am I'm proud of myself in a way. We've succeeded quite successfully, as one might so eloquently put it. Like, I'm actually left over with spare resources now. I never thought the day would come. But of course, this all gets thrown away once the ogre is introduced. As the ogre, you know, he's got very high health, very slow speed, and costs 3 lives, so it's basically 3 times as bad to let him out at the level compared to that of a regular enemy. These guys are tough, especially on veteran difficulty. They've got almost 1,000 health. And of course, the last thing I would ever want is to let some lowly shamans catch up to this guy. Thankfully, I was able to put a stop to that hullabaloo up there real quick. I think I might invest in some top layer artillery. I guess at this point it might not be too effective considering this wave's already passed by it. No matter. Ooh, daring. We called 10 whole waves early. I wish there was a way to like if you could actually look at your stats for that kind of stuff beyond getting that achievement. I want to see how many waves I call early, you know, once I've completed the entire game. I feel like that would be kind of interesting. Alright, so shamans are not immediately on their rears this time. Looks like the archers are pretty effectively ganged up on this bottom one. So we'll rain of fire the top one. Try to even things out a little bit. Ooh, Bloodlust killed 500 enemies, and that 500th just happens to be a big ol' ogre. That tower will probably never fire at anyone in its life, but I see that number get high up, and I want to do something with that, so something I did in fact do. Now we can pretty much sit back and let the level play itself from this moment on. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, that is how you effectively strategize. Ooh, and we have unlocked heroes. Heroes are an interesting element of this game, and we have selected Sir Gerald Lightseeker. Now, I would always play on the mobile version back in the day, and the only guys who unlocked were Sir Gerald Lightseeker, Valeria Swiftwind, and Malik Hammerfury. And so Lightseeker was just objectively the best of these three. So I'm pretty used to this guy, but now we get to play around with these guys. I mean, I've heard this guy's trash, but we got Roland Farslayer, Magnus Spellbane, Ignis, King Dennis, Allura Wintersong, Ingvar Bearclaw, Hacksaw, Oni, Thor, and Tenshi, who I'm pretty sure was added like a year ago or something for like the anniversary of the game. But yeah, Sir Gerald, he's a pretty cool guy. There's an exploit you can do with him where he, like, you know, can reflect stuff with his shield. Reflecting stuff with your shield is always cool. Oh, and I just realized you can pan this map. I was thinking, like, how am I gonna... Wait a minute, there's levels obscured over there. You can pan the map. How cool is that? You can pan the map. I mean, it looks really weird when it pans, but you can pan the map. Most exquisite. Okay, let's feed our troops for once, and Arcane Shatter is a pretty good ability. So there we go. You can pan the map. It's a Five Nights at Freddy's reference, guys. It's just like panning from left to right in Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay, I think that's good enough for one video. How long have I been doing this for? Like 25 minutes? That's You know, this isn't going to be the security breach videos where they go on for ages. I think this was a pretty good time we had here, so hope you enjoyed the first part of our Kingdom Rush adventure. Farewell.